to try this again, guys. This is trial number 2 here. Yeah, I had separated the last video up into 2 kind of because I had a phone call, and then I started the second one to finish, which had maybe half of the video left or so, give or take. And then, well, my son's friend was here, and his family showed up to get him, and my dog started going nuts. So couldn't really hear me, and I had to run off. So that didn't really pan out as planned. All right, we'll do this again. We're going to start in different order because this car's already on there. There's the rear bumper for it. But yeah, this is my 69. I believe it was a resto rod kit. Just because of the engine parts and stuff. These are a little different than that come with some of the other kits. And then it has the scoop. I don't remember the, yeah. It's missing, not so much missing, but a few parts are loose. Back bumper's falling off. I didn't reassemble that. I should have for the video. I'm sorry, guys. Then this pillar's broken. This one here, I kind of pinched it back together in the video too, for the previous video. But I don't even know how that happened. But this was a tester's green, and it's got a mild pearl coat on it, but you can't probably tell in the video. And then a set of custom wheels. I don't know what these are off of, but I blacked them out with some of this stuff here, the acrylic paint. Dogs, shut up! Sorry, guys. They like to bark when I don't need to sometimes. Good girl. What are you doing, buddies? You gotta bark. Come here, sweetie. It's okay. Gosh, she's a big old baby. She likes to bark at everything. Alright. Yeah, this is one that I built years ago. Basic green, like I said, with a light pearl coat on it. Looks pretty decent, I guess. I hadn't built forever at that point, and it didn't turn out bad. Definitely one I don't want to tear down and redo, if you know what I mean. It's one I'll build again if I can get it, or a similar car to it, and just compare them, even just if it ain't the same. Just because that one still had mold lines on it too, and so does this one. Before I was doing stuff, and I knew to do stuff like that. This is a 70 Chevelle. This one was one of them similar to the Camaro, and there might be, there was actually 2 Camaros, but I haven't showed the other one. The other one was like an 80s 3rd gen Camaro. It got warped up, and so did the glass. And then that 69, my one video, but you can't really tell that it's messed up too bad. The hood got the worst of it in that one, and that's something that's pretty easy to replace. I can find I'm sure a hood from somebody else or something in the future, and then just make that happen for replacing it. Even if I have to put a flat black hood on it. It was originally just flat black and pearled, and done a lot of body work or sanding to get it to look decent, because I couldn't get that flat black to lay good, but eventually I did with the pearl on it. And then this is another one that had some damage. This one's got the quarter panel here has kind of got a slight lump. It's not real bad. And then the glass got damaged, so there's no glass in this kit. It was bubbly and funky from the heat. But my truck was black. I had an I think it was a 91 S10 Tahoe, in which the Tahoe it was a little 5-speed. That has nothing to do with the Tahoe, but the Tahoe was a long bed. It was the name for the long bed, I'm pretty sure. But it was a nice little S10. It was black with two-tone. It was black and silver. But between the glass being blacked out, because there was tinted on this, and then the hood was black on the Camaro. I don't know why it only got really the hood, but then the other Camaro had tinted windows in it too, and it kind of got some body damage on it, more than this one or the 69 did. Yeah, that's got a slight little lump there. This was another one that was just a tester's. This was obviously a blue. But this was just a light or basic blue, and I put a pearl coat on it. This one's a Revell kit. I'm pretty sure that Resto Mod 69 was an AMT. It's got a pretty cool little engine in it though. And this one's missing the exhaust manifold that needs put back on it. But other than that, I think this one's pretty well complete, that and the glass, but I should be able to figure out something with some clear plastic from some excuse me, sorry guys, but from some sort of packaging or something. Make up some glass for this possibly if I have to, or even just get lucky maybe one day and find a kit that's done and buy it for the glass. I don't know, figure something out. Maybe it won't ever get it, but either way, this is one from years ago, 69, and that one there is the 70. Oh, shoot. Here's my 65 that I've talked about, I believe, in one of my previous videos. This one's another one. This one was done probably like a month or so, I don't know, shortly after that 69 Camaro, because that was when I was really getting into the shaving and getting decent with it. So I think I've gotten better in times still, because there's times where I've slipped up and not done as good a work, and you'd notice it, and I have to go back and fix it. But these two early on did help me learn, get better. I work in a steel shop and do a lot of finish work when I need to, because that isn't technically my job, but I've been in that position and had to do it. So it kind of helps with the leveling and the visual and all of that for stuff like this. It might sound weird, but it all kind of coincides, really. When you're doing a repair and want it clean, it's because it's repair work in a sense to this, too. This is the one of 67 that has the nice little set of wheels. I think this was I forget what it was. It had like flames and it was red and black on the box. I forget the name of the Street Customs or no. I don't know. Anyway, it's a nice little kit though. This is also a Revell. This one built up really nice. Only thing was with this one, within time, the hood kind of got messed up. Hood got messed up and I didn't have the paint to touch it up, so I kind of done some sanding down and taped it off and put some primer on it, make it look like it's been in the shop, or a dude tried to fix it himself, just so it didn't look so hideous and messed up. I don't even know what happened. Must have fell inside the case, or I don't know, but it had gotten damaged and needed some love. Yeah, this is the Root Beer Metallic. It has like I think it's one of the other one coat lacquers, but it had the lighter orange, I believe, under it. It's because it's not, yeah, this isn't just you can kind of tell it's not the full root beer because it would be darker. But I think it kind of gives it that good look too, because it still has the brown, but it's kind of got that pop or that brightness to it. And this one's missing the tail light, or both of them actually. One of them I have, one of them I don't. Only thing I think is really missing for this one. This one had some different seats in it. I had some different buckets in it. They were a little weird seats. They didn't look so good. I ended up putting, because I already had the stock seats from the kit painted. They were just in the box. I wound up pulling them out and putting them in there instead. Because I had the bucket seats that wasn't the custom ones. I had stolen something from some carburetors or something that was a little taller. I forget what they was now. Some sort of stacks, but I had stole those and put those under it to give it that raise. So it wasn't, because they would have been real low. And then they was kind of low anyway, and then they had the armrests. Those would have been something more to put in like a van or something. Or definitely not some driving seats. But yeah, they got peeled to put the stockers back in it. It looks better. And this one's my 65. I did a lot of custom work to this one too. This one's the newest out of these four of my builds. I would say, I don't know between the blue and the green, but the red, or the root beer was the third. This one I did, I don't even know. This one was a few summers after that, because I've had some off and on time with it. You guys know how that can be sometimes. This one turned out pretty decent. I done the engine body color. Nothing real too special in there. The engine looks pretty decent. No wiring. I've yet to wire an engine and finish it. I've had a few wired, and then the kits didn't get finished. Like a Duster that I built, and that's I used wire that was a little out of scale too. I didn't know it at the time. And then the paint got screwed up on it when I cleared it, so it's never been finished. And I ended up having to strip it Yeah, I shaved all this one down though. This is a dupla color that I picked up at AutoZone, which is pretty sharp color. But I shaved this one down. I got rid of everything, like the lettering off the front end there and off the rear end, right, either on the trunk lid or right below it. And then the corner lamps are gone. The only thing I didn't get rid of, and I didn't realize till it was too late, was the door handles, because this is one of the kits that has a hole with the chrome add-on handles, which is nice. Or, you know, for those who don't like bare metal foiling, I guess, kind of saved me from having handles on there I had to worry about. And then it also gives you that real hole look because it's really there. You know, pretty detailed little handles. You know how those are a lot of times when they exist with the kits anyway, because not too many kits have those with it. But and this has got a slight crooked from where it needs some adjusting. This kit turned out pretty nice. I have this kit again. I'm thinking about Pro Street and the other one, but it's fully shaved and the holes have been filled on it. And this is still in a primer though, just a gray primer, but pretty sharp kit on. This one's been lowered also. I did the shaving. I lowered it a slight bit lower in the rear than the front. Not exactly how I had panned out or planned for it, but still turned out pretty good and it looked nice. Oh, and also has the chain steering wheel in there. A little bit of detail work. It's all whited out, but the door handle and the window cranks are silver. It's missing a wiper blade also, but I don't know if I can get it pictured or get it up there. Yeah, but the pedals and the floor mat are detailed, along with the center console is blacked out. Well, not so much blacked out, but it's got the parts wash, or the, because it's chrome and it's got a decent detail to it. It won't look bad. And I done the speakers in the back and a silver. Missing a wiper blade though. Who knows where the heck that went? It's gone. Vanished. Guys know how that can be too sometimes. Got quite a few kits that are missing one little piece or something here and there, and yeah. But then this one is the only one that I didn't build out of these 5. Those 4 I built. This one I bought off of, I can't remember his name. I used to buy stuff from him, and I had auctions here and there years ago. It's been 5, 6, 7 years I've had this car. But I bought this GTX, the 55 Nomad, or no, not Nomad, 55 Chevy, which is the white with the blue racing stripes that they just re-released. Like a gasser style 55, I guess. It's got the clear hood scoop. But I bought these 3 from him as plans of rebuilders, which I bought kits from him too that weren't built in the auctions. But I bought these 3 for a decent price with plans of doing the rebuild, tearing them down, doing my style. This one wasn't real bad, and then I looked at all 3 really. And the purple, this 55 is a purple with the flames, and he put the clear scoop on it. And then the GTX is like a lighter blue, kind of probably similar to what they would have done back in the day with it. But I don't think they did the blue chassis. I think they did whoever built it did the black. Which I usually do flat blacks on most of my chassis too. So when I think about it and I'm building a Mopar, I will try to match the body color. I've done it a few times, but then some of my Mopars wind up in the pond and don't get finished as well also. The Challenger that I finished that's still up is that way. But I think that's the only one, or one of few. Yeah, this one was a pretty nice one, I guess, considering it's not super over the top. But I had this kit again as well, which is the one that they had at Walmart a while back. Just a 70 Chevelle AMT. It's like yellow or gold on the box. Doesn't even really have a kit on it. I think it's just all drawings, and I can't get it out up there without running away and digging. But I'm gonna rebuild mine, or that one, my way, and then sit them next to each other on top of one on top of the other in cases. However, they're gonna be together, and I'm gonna do that with the GTX. 'Cause I have 2 of that one to build, so I'll have 3 of that one in the end, as long as I don't ever get rid of one of them. Because I got one for my buddy for Christmas, and then I ended up buying another one from him because he had bought it and was going to build it himself, and he did never do it. So thank you, Billy. I appreciate you. Bought a couple other kits off of him that he had left too, but I wound up with 2 of those to build. Which will put 3 total in my built collection once I get them built. The one isn't mine. It's kind of, what would you call that? Can't even think what some of you guys call that. A survivor, yeah. Just kind of keeping somebody else's going. And this one, I think I'm going to do a little bit of touch-up stuff to it. It doesn't have the headlights are missing, and I don't believe I got any parts with the kit. It was just as is. So eventually I might try to buy some of them little diamonds and do the headlights, but also they didn't black out the grill. So eventually I'll try to give it that wash for that. But the rest of it looks pretty dark good though. And this one's pretty well complete too, other than the headlights. A lot of people wouldn't even really notice that, to be honest. And then the paint job's not real bad either. That's another reason kind of why after looking at it, I was like, man, it's not horrible. And they didn't do no bare metal foil or nothing, but everything's pretty nice. And I've never really messed with bare metal foil myself. I probably should, but I'm scared to cut up, screw things up with the blade. Big risk to put all that time in it and then screw it up. I screw up enough stuff sometimes, or can, anyway. But yeah, I just wanted to bring these chevelles and those other 4 ones I built. And this one is one that I was going to rebuild, but it's just going to be kept as a survivor. Pretty nice kit. It's just 3, I think. It's about the only 3 I bought from somebody else that were built. And the plan wasn't to really keep none of them intact. I was going to tear them down and do my own thing with them. But that doesn't always work out that way. I thought it was kind of foolish. And then I can give my comparison to someone else's builds that aren't too bad anyway, and do my own way and see if the way I'm doing them is really that, so not so much better, but just that if they stand out and are good, you know. Like, I don't know how to really phrase that, but yeah, because this is pretty well kind of box stock, I would assume. I don't know. I don't think these tires might not have been in it. It's got some Kragers on it. I don't know. This could have been. It depends on how this box art or box was set up, because you guys know how that goes. You could buy 3 of the same kits, be the same 70 Chevelle or same whatever, and some of them aren't going to have this set of wheels, and some of them are going to have different engine components, and you name it. It's one of those things. Different air cleaner. Some will be set like with the blower. The GSX that was released recently, I have 3 of those. Actually, technically I got 4, but I got one of them that's got effed up pillars in it, or one pillar that got warped or bent or whatever. But they just released the one recently that's white. It's missing a couple decals if you wanted to use the decals. The decal sheet is just short. I built mine from years ago. The one that I have that's green that I believe I have in a video, it had the decals in it. And then I have another one from like '89. It's in a slightly smaller box. It's a monogram box. It's casted in yellow, and it doesn't have the decals in it either. So it's kind of bounced back and forth and didn't have, I don't know why they did that. But the one like in between all the years had the full decals, because I built that one with the blower and the decals, and that one actually had the hood scoop decals with it, and then the racing stripes, and the full striping isn't there with the old, probably original. I don't know if it's original, but it's early, and it's a smaller, a little thinner box from like '89 or '80. I don't know what year it was exactly. I have a Camaro from back then too, but either way, like, those boxes are a little smaller. I'm sure some of you guys have seen those, but yeah, the decals, I don't know why they do that. Like, you think that she would be real similar and just get re-updated, or I don't even know how to, just so it was a little crisper, you know what I mean? Kind of like, or remastered in a sense. They keep the sheet the same and remastered, so it's just gonna be a better peel when you soak it in the water. And for some reason, yeah, one of three. I don't know about the fourth one because it's a bagged kit. I had a lot of kits that got ruined, or the boxes got ruined rather, and then it's helping me ruin kits too because they got bagged and they're just kind of some of them are getting broke. It sucks. I have them in tubs and stuff, but it still does damage in time somehow on some of it. You know, if you're not careful. So yeah, I just don't know why some of those had the decals and some of them didn't. But I'm gonna get off here, guys. This was my second attempt at this video. Still ended up being 20 minutes. Longer than I planned on, but that is 5 cars and a little bit of rambling about decals and stuff. But alright, guys. Give me a like, subscribe, comment on anything if you can be helpful with anything that I've commented on, please, guys. And all thanks for all the subscriptions that I do have. Yeah. Alright, you guys. I'm headed out of here. Y'all take care.